Kenfo, let me see what it's talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. Grab a chair, put it on up to the round table, cause we about to break bread. Once again, family, love you as myself. Glad to have you here. As long as we here, we gonna learn from our experiences. You feel me? So today, I want to send a special shout out to my people in Chicago, as well as my people all over the world. But today, we're gonna put a special focus on Chicago. We're gonna start with a video pertaining to some of the things that are going on in Chicago as well as a whole, and then we're gonna focus in from there. I want to give everybody a chance to come in. Salutes to all those that are already in the building. Hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. Jump in the chat because we're gonna chop it up. It's time to build, family. Let's take this time to, share information as well as build within the chat room. Make sure we sharing this video, share it with at least two people you love. Promise you it's gonna be information that will be, vital to you moving on and progressing forward. You feel me? That's the main thing out here we trying to do. We want to make sure that we progressing in all that we do. So with that being said, family, I'm finna take this time to pull up the video and shit. We're gonna go from there. And I'm gonna start off with a video pertaining to what's going on within the science community. How they're using science, which science is used to come up with the chemical formulas for medicines. Science is used in every fact during the no scientists are used in every facet of life. So make sure you don't sleep on science. All right, know what's going on. That being said, we about to share this footage. Let me know if there's any trouble seeing it. I'm about to pull it up. Might not play the whole thing, but I just want to get it started.
A think tank in the UK says too many kids are what's making the planet worse. For every child actually born, 3 others are aborted, more than double the rate among whites. Some say abortion is the #1 killer in the Black community.
African Americans here in this country are the only ethnic group in any place on the globe that's not replacing themselves. This is the Margaret Sanger Award. This is a woman who started an organization, and that woman called Black people human beings. Believes in eugenics. Some victims who were forcibly sterilized and unfit to reproduce.
And they could be certain segments of the population would disappear. And so we have spent the past few weeks calling and emailing politicians in California, and the silence has been astonishing.
This talk called Permanent Flag. This is a fact-based presentation, but it is not what is correct. It's status quo on society. We don't want to talk about this. We especially don't want to talk about my background. Why taking the steps to build others with this information.
Give me 1 second. Coming through a schedule. I'm gonna try to run the video back. But as you can see, there's a lot of things being kept from us. You feel me? So it's important that we take the time to research these things ourselves to find out what's going on. Let me fix this sound real quick. All right, family.
Americans from the human gene pool. not just African Americans, by the way, but will say that none of this is true.
Hold on one second.
Instead, if you look at the facts that I'm going to share with you and the history, it's undeniable. You will see there is a concerted, organized effort.
A think tank in the UK says too many kids are what's making the planet worse. In many Black communities, for every child actually born, 3 others are aborted, more than double the rate among whites. Some say abortion in the Black community.
African Americans here in this country are the only ethnic group in any place on the globe that's not replacing themselves. This is genocide.
Hillary Clinton received the Margaret Sanger Award. This is a woman who started an organization called Planned Parenthood, and that woman called Black people human weeds.
An organization whose founder believed in eugenics.
The goal? To rid the country of the feeble-minded, defective.
States in the United States refusing to compensate victims who were forcibly sterilized because they were deemed unfit to reproduce.
They could keep certain segments of the population that all the world's problems would disappear. And so we have spent the past few weeks calling and emailing politicians in California. Has been
Welcome to this talk. It's called The Science of Blacks. This is a fact-based presentation, not politically correct in the status quo halls of science and what was talked about. And I especially don't want to talk about by I'll give you a little bit of information about my background soon, where I'm coming from and why I'm taking steps to build a standing effort to African Americans from the human gene pool. Not just African Americans, by the way, but Africans. This is to it, multiple vectors of science that I will detail here in this talk. And it's all being done. Almost no one is aware of this. The entire mainstream media. You say that none of the facts I'm going to, it's undeniable. You will see Blacks, i.e. African Americans, you change for brevity here to eliminate those people from the human gene pool. My name is Mike Adams. I'm the director. I founded and built recognized around the world for analytical American tribes who have their rivers. So, by the way, not trying to be woke, also Native Americans and other by not just the EPA but other groups. I do want you to know that I'm a science whistleblower, that I am maliciously attacked, lied about. Patient tactics. They try to silence my words. They try to can't hear this talk. I've been death threatened. I claim secrecy, and I tell the truth about science. And you are uncovering a mass agenda of colleagues. I do want you to know that I'm to say these things, especially as a credible scientist, accredited laboratory facility, which has everything to do with the heavy metals poisoning that we're going to talk about. We don't want this information getting out. So for citizens in that region, who again were predominantly black, allowed to be deliberately poisoned with causes, unfortunately, kind of about reduces IQs. It causes heart problems. Really allowed to Portland, Michigan, knowing and in fact, so the attorney general criminal charges. Predominantly with the quality of and making sure. Yet every time they showed sample, they deleted it from the spreadsheet. From some massive scientists did this. Liver action of Flint, Michigan, poison, and this was going on year after year, and it could be.
Family.
I do apologize for the technical difficulty. As I do need to get that sound fixed. I don't like the way it was playing. I need to hardwire that joint. But basically, it was a small snippet of a video with a brother or a Caucasian, I should say, that is putting his life on the line to put forth information concerning how they are intentionally. Give me 1 second. But they are intentionally poisoning people. The main focus of the video was showing information about how they're intentionally poisoning people of Flint, Michigan, and how they was changing the different reports to read different things, but it was clear that they was clearly poisoning these people. And if you pay close attention to crime rates, if you pay close attention to death rates in certain areas, you can correlate this thing and you can pinpoint it directly being affected by the water supply, especially when lead is being pushed through the water supply. So I just want to encourage my people to, be aware of your water intake, as well as be aware of what kind of water you take into your body. I would prefer that you take in the spring water as it has as many natural minerals that are needed for the body. It comes straight from the ground, straight from Mother's Earth. Nature provides for itself. Um, Oftentimes, these other waters, these purified waters, they remove minerals that are necessary for the body. So, therefore, leaving the water useless or lifeless once you remove so many minerals from it. Alkaline water can be good for people who are in immediate need of detoxing, as well as when you're, anytime you eat anything or consume any beverage, you should consume it based on what you will have to do that day or based on how your lifestyle is. So if you're an athlete, I would definitely tell you to take the time to consume some spring water as well as some alkaline water. Maybe alkaline water after practice and spring water in between breaks. Of course, we know you don't want to overdo it for the sake of cramps, but you still want to get enough water to make sure your body is well insulated. Just to show you what water does. Water, if you want to do a trick or a test to test out what I'm saying, you can put water in a bottle, place a sheet of paper in there, and shake it as many times as you can and see if you can rip that paper. No, I'm saying all that to say your bones are more put together or harder to break apart than a piece of paper. But should you consume the right amount of water, no matter how hard you are impacted, whether that be from a fall or from a person running into you, this water will insulate the body, therefore giving you a better chance for prevention of breaks and tears. So, just so you know, just a little tidbit about the water. Now, getting into the Chicago thing, I'm kind of upset that my videos are not playing as well. But speaking of the Chicago situation, I wanted to touch on how there's a lot of things taking place in Chicago that are very covert missions. Recently, it has came out that there have been people in Chicago dressed as black people, dressed in black skin, and also recently there has been mass shootings. Now we know usually the mass shootings are associated to a certain ethnic group, as well as random killings are associated to a certain ethnic group. So, with that being said, I want to pull up this information. Maybe I can pull it up on Google or might be able to pull up a video. We just ain't gonna um, watch it all the way through. Um, but yeah, family, I don't know if any of y'all have heard about this. Feel free to jump into the chat and let me know if any of y'all heard about this black skin. And it's supposed to be something that's used in the military. So just to show you how deep this rabbit hole goes, you know what I'm saying? And this is not for fear mongering. You know, I just want my people to notice the greatness that is you. Um, that would be not it wouldn't be such a great push against you if the balance of your pushback wasn't enough to override it or be equal to. So, with that being said, family, let this not scare you at all. You feel me? If anything, count it all joy that you're going through these many tests in this life in order to pursue your greatness, to arrive at the greatness that is you. So with that being said, family, I'm going to continue to try to pull up this video. I know my brother on Big Facts podcast was where I seen the video recently pertaining to this situation, but definitely went the first time I was seeing this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up his video, um, and of course, we're not gonna get good reception on the video, so I'm not gonna play it. But I'm gonna try to find the actual part where he's showing the black skin on Caucasian. 1 second, he got it pulled up. Let's see her. Share my screen, family. as y'all can see, he got the video pulled up. Like, don't pay attention to the sound. I'm finna turn that off. Uh, but I just mainly want y'all to see how easy it is. Now, this is a ex-military group wearing black skin in Chicago. And as you can see, family, this person looks no different than, somebody that could be standing next to you on the subway, somebody at your job. But all I'm trying to say is, these people are going this far to make this effort to seem as though we're a terroristic group, or make it seem as though we're a danger to ourselves and everybody around us. I just wanted y'all to, get a quick look see at that, as well as wanted to send a shout out to my bro, Big Facts Podcast, as y'all can see on the screen. Y'all make sure y'all go through there and check him out. Bro be on that real shit. Now, peep how far they going with this, man. Peep how far they going with this. This man got the hair and everything. The appendages, I should say, to make himself look as though he is a black man. Now, you're going through all of this to do what? And at the same time, while these people are dressing like this, there are very traumatic experiences taking place in our people's neighborhood. You feel me? And they're turning around and putting this on the black people in the neighborhood. I just want them to have something to stand on, as well as, as sure as a lot of us didn't know about this, I'm sure it's a lot of them who didn't know anything about this. Now, this guy, the last guy they showed recently, was a mass robber, and his girlfriend told on him. But mind you, the whole time they was looking for a black man. The whole time, looking for a black man. And if it wasn't for his girlfriend telling on him, they would have never figured out who did that. So I'm just putting this out here for the family to be aware, to be conscious of. Man, this is crazy. And they went as far as a mother of a black child turned in her son because she just knew that was her son. Like, we got to be careful, how we are with our own people, how quick we are to be like, yeah, I know such and such did that. I mean, he ain't never did that before, but that sure look like him. You feel me? Like, yeah, gotta be real careful out here. Most of all, man, show love first, but be expecting for the hate. You feel me? Be prepared to deal with it. So, just wanted to touch on that part of the Chicago issue first. Um, how these people are able to manipulate the situation to make it seem as though they had nothing to do with it, and the criminals in the community are black people. Um, Another thing that's going on in Chicago, just to show you some of the traumatic experiences our people are being dealt in this city, that, shit, as my cousin say, it's a great place to eat. Apparently they feasting on our people right now. Because it's man been world news, but a lot of us might have missed it because we all get our news from different places. But with that being said, here at Gold Mine Tree Tribe, we want to just let you know, bro. They've been doing body chop shops in Chicago for years now. A lot of people actually thought that the young sister, Miss, I'm gonna say Miss Jenkins, because I feel like her name has been used a lot for other people's gain, as well as just being used in a bad light. But I'm gonna send positive energy to that sister. A lot of people felt as though this young lady was being put to the side in order to go to a chop shop, so they was preserving her body. So just to show you how common this is in Chicago, seems as though from the footage, as well as a lot of the emails and texts they was getting from the people involved in the situation, everybody knew about these chop shops around the city where you could take bodies and get rid of them. So when you think about that, family, you got to think, living in a world where you can kill people and then sell that body to somebody else, Come on, man. What kind of situation are we putting people in when we know good and well we was already put in a situation where we were set up to fail? And the way you thrive in this system is through commerce. So obviously we wasn't given the resources in that end or in that field. You know, money was the main thing we was supposed to be liking in this situation. Otherwise we wouldn't be in poverty. Um, People dressed in black skin, man, that's just taking it overboard. As much as we keep on hearing this conversation of black on black crime, um, we touched on how the water affects us. You got to pay attention to the cultural diets that are big in this area. You got the pizza pies that are full of tomato sauce and tomato sauce. Too much of that can cause heartburn. And with that being said, a lot of people eat based on how they're feeling. These people hearts are burning. People hearts are broken from years of trauma, years of people trying to break this city down. And what makes a city is the people. So with that being said, man, I want to send positive energy. I want to send progressive energy to my brothers in Chicago, a place where a lot of their information of progression, seeped out, leaked out to the state where I was born in. And as a child, it reached me and it helped me in my progression. So I definitely want to do anything that I can, even as simple as lending my voice to the brothers of the struggle. Um, I just want to let y'all know, and the sisters out here in the struggle, that man, we gonna be all right. This struggle is for us to become better people. This struggle is for us to become better versions of ourselves, should I say. You know what I'm saying? We are great people. But at this point in time, we tend to forget our greatness. So when we're hit by, outside sources meant to break us and cripple us, we forget that we know how to respond in a manner as though this thing never happened. We can fix it and heal ourselves as though these things never happened to us. So, family, let's heal ourselves. Um, as sure as I'm seeing these situations that's taking place with my people, I'm making sure to let my people know. So, if you see different things that's taking place with your people in different areas, um, and you feel like, man, people can't possibly know that they doing this. Let me pull up this other video as far as how they setting these bait traps on these kids. Probably seen kids out there playing basketball, and they went as far as to set up a bait trap full of Nikes. So any of the kids who possibly um, may have looked in would have been arrested. Now, mind you, these type of things happen in these communities quite often to the point these children have grown up in these communities for generation after generation. They know what that shit is. They know when a truck has been abandoned. They know when, basically, they know when there's product on board. And with that being said, I just want to show the family the means they're going to portray us in these images that are not beneficial to us going forward. Um, they're merely traps, family. One second, video should be pulling up soon. All right, now we got the little silly commercial, but like I said, man, they set up a whole 18-wheeler right there with Nikes all through that mud, and I'm pretty sure they had that mud in the cab in order for people to be able to see what's all in there. But I said all that to say they targeting the children. If we don't wake up, they like, shoot, we can't get the adults to respond. Oh, here you go. We gonna go for the children. Now, look at this video, family. Look how they setting these children up for failure. But yet and still, it's the black family that's failing the children. I know when I was in school, they couldn't wait to tell us, "Oh, this stuff starts at home." But when you destroying the homes intentionally, what's to be said about that? When you are intentionally creating volatile situations and just so you can be the hero, what's to be said about that? So what you looking at now, family, is the cops meeting in the street, uh, probably having a meeting about how they're going to address anybody that walks up to that van. Um, Salutes to the brothers that was recording this. You see a few brothers walking in and out the view, talking to the cops like, "This what y'all do to our children. You know, y'all wouldn't do this in the suburbs." You know what I'm saying? So that being said, family, you know, keep a close eye on yours. And as they used to say when I was a child, it's 9, 10, family. Where I'm at, where is your children? Do you know where they are? Have you gave them a hug today? Have you told them you love them? If you haven't, please do before you get off this live, before you go to sleep. Because it's imperative that we show love to our children. Shout outs to my little cousin Terrell. Um, he taught me a tough lesson. Too often we don't show our children enough love, and the streets will wind up showing them the love that they need or the love that they feel they need. So with that being said, anybody who may not have a child with them because they went off into the streets, I just want you to know that if you show that child love, keep showing that child love, that child will return to you. But just know that a lot of times we lose our children as a result of the streets showing our children more love than we show our children. So we gotta each one reach one. I know most people say teach one, but I feel like through us sharing our experiences, we learn from each other. But I can reach you by, letting you know where I'm coming from. So with that being said, family, I ain't gonna hold you too long. Just wanted to jump in here and man, just let y'all know I love you. Chicago and all the little Chicagos all over the world, man. Keep your head up. Keep fighting back because I see a lot of brothers and sisters in Chicago doing positive and great things in the midst of these tests, in the midst of these so-called storms. Never forget that God lives within you, so therefore there's nothing impossible, nothing that you can't do. So these tests are only moments in time for you to rise to the occasion. You achieve greatness by overcoming obstacles. Obstacles come to make you strong. Obstacles come to remind you how strong you really are. So with that being said, family, be black, be strong. And just like that, we out. Kinfolk can follow. Let me see what it's talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. Love you as myself.